everyone, I'm Golden Ashwini. I'm here to present policy formulation process. We have these process steps. First one is definition of policy area. So initial step in policy formulation is to specify the area in which the policies are formulated. During this process, the objectives, needs and environment of the organization should be kept in mind. Then the second one is creation of policy alternatives. So by analyzing the internal and external environment of the enterprise carefully, the opportunities and constraints, strength and weakness are identified. On the basis of such analysis, the policy alternative for each objective can be identified. Third one is evaluation of policy alternatives. So each of the policy alternatives is evaluated in terms of its contribution to objectives. The various factors such as cost, benefit and resources required should be considered in evaluating alternatives. So choice of policy after evaluating of each policy alternative, the most appropriate alternative is selected for implementation. So it is a step of policy making. Then the fifth one is communicating of policy. So communicating from policy, the the chosen policy is communicated to those responsible person for its implementation. So the policy may be communicated through the policy manual, company handbooks and written memorandums. So then we can say next step is implementation of policy. So the chosen policy is then put into action by converting it into operational plan. Implementation of policy is required for policy education, interpretation and acceptance. Then last one is review of policy. So review of policies should be reviewed periodically to facilitate the rapid changes in the environment. Without such review, policies become obsolete over the period of time. Okay. Then types of policies. On the basis of source of formulation, policy may be classified as formulated policies, appealed policy, imposed policy, and in the basis of written or not written policies and implied policies. So first one is formulated policy is the policy which is originated by the top level managers and therefore it flowed down the levels of management. It also known as the originated policy. The top level managers lays down the policy which serves as the guide for the managers at lower levels of the organization, which formulating for entire department. Then the policies help the delegation of authority and retain overall control. So upheld policy, it is a policy formulated on the request or appeal of lower level managers. The subordinate may make a request for policy to deal with an existing problems which is not covered by the formulated policy. Then the third one is imposed policy. It is a policy which is imposed by some external forces such as government, trade union or trade association. Such policies are formed by compulsion which cannot be avoided. For example, in public sector, commercial banks in India, recruitment and selection of manpower are done by Banking Service Commission, and individual banks do not have any control over this aspect. Then on the basis of being written or not, policies may be classified as written policies. Written policies are formal and explicit declarations in writing. They are very clear and clearly reveal the intention of the management. So they are definite and cannot be interpreted otherwise. Then the last one is implied policies. Sometimes policies may not be clearly stated and the action of managers at the higher level provide guidelines for action at lower levels. Therefore, implied policies are oral understanding which can be inferred from decision of managers. Such policies may change with the change of person. Then planning premises. According to Guns and Weyrich have defined planning premises as planning premises are the anticipated environment in which plans are expected to operate. According to C.B. Gupta, planning premises are the critical factors which laid down the boundary for planning. Okay, thank you. Thanks for listening this session. Thanks.